Thank you. Have we noticed a certain ratio here? As long as I've been involved with Senator Dole and the foundation, I have been surrounded by not one, not two, not three, four, dozens. Actually, I've been surrounded by a majority of people in the room who just happen to be, I do believe, that perhaps the most powerful force for good, the most powerful force for action and proactivity in the United States of America right now. American women. My Lord, look at them all back there. It's mostly women. Now, forgive me. I came to Washington to celebrate the first cold of the year. So that will be one of my gifts to you. And if I sneeze too much, don't worry. Next week we'll not be starting up a website for celebrity caregivers. We have that all taken care of. Jessica, thank you. Where'd you go? There you are, darling. This is one of the coolest ladies in the world, if only because she gives everybody moon pies at the airport, which we did today. And just understand, I would normally devour that moon pie, but in that I am also one of the poster boys for type 2 diabetes, I will pass just for. I'll keep it as a memento of our day together. The time I spent with Jessica and her family while recording that video, I watched and was dazzled as she moved seamlessly between many roles. She was fun and caring mom to her two goofy and beautiful daughters, and she was joking with her husband in a way that really only two people in love can joke around, all while never letting go of her responsibilities as a caregiver. She was keeping a watchful and sometimes perhaps even an anxious eye on her husband Chaz. I saw her steady him on his prosthetic legs, making sure that he was not in too much pain. It is a second nature. It is an instinct that she has been forced to develop over the last 5 years. It started the moment she was called to Chaz's side at Walter Reed Hospital. She quickly found childcare for the kids, not easy to do, but she was able to do it. I happen to know she has the world's greatest mom as well. Oh, listen, a mom, another woman, another one of those powerful forces for good in America. She quickly found childcare for the kids, and she flew to Washington, confronted that most awful sight that you can imagine, her husband, her sweetheart, lying there in the hospital bed. And she immediately began managing and fighting and taking control and caring. And it's what she has done every day since. Accent again, every single day since. Now, Jessica and Chaz showed that when we talk about military caregiving, we're also talking about human beings in one of the greatest love stories that has ever been told. Now, like Jessica, all of the military caregivers here with us today, they all have daunting responsibilities. Responsibilities that they must live up to every single day. You've all received that dreaded news that someone you love, the one you love, was returning home wounded or ill or injured. And you felt isolated and unsupported for the road ahead. You weren't given any time to prepare for it or work it into your life's plan. Often you've found too few resources to help you, and while your voices may all sound different, you share a very similar story of struggle and resilience that requires your best efforts every single day. Every caregiving story begins with an individual who raises their hand to serve our country here at home and around the world. Now, these servicemen and women volunteer to risk their lives. They willingly answer the call to duty, but sometimes in the course of carrying out that duty, they fall. And when that happens, their caregiver, often the love of their lives, is the person there to lift them up off the ground. It is one of the greatest love stories ever told, not only because of the devotion shown between them and their veterans, but because all the sacrifices and the heartache experienced by these hidden heroes and their warriors have been made on behalf of each of us, on behalf of you and me. Now, we must not let these caregivers go unappreciated. It's not right for them to go unrecognized. But for them to struggle under such constant pressure alone is not how we Americans do things. If we want to be a nation that truly cares for those who have borne the battle, as Abraham Lincoln said, we must also be a nation that cares for those who give care. Our military caregivers number in the millions, approximately 5.5 million. They live in large cities and in small communities. They deal with challenges too great for any one organization or one program or one piece of legislation to solve. That's common sense. We can only solve them as a nation. That's common purpose. Today is just the start. Thank you, Colonel Pritzker, for joining the campaign as vice chair for $1 million. That's what? How many people pay admission to this library and museum of yours? We're in the wrong line of work. We got to go into the military library business. You could be a millionaire. Thank you for that, and the partnership with the Pritzker Military Museum and Library, and also thank you to Ambassador Al Taiba for your country's contribution. The Middle East is a mysterious place to most Americans. But learning just today what we have learned about his nation, it has to be a salve. It has to be a blessing. It has to be a bolstering moment for us all to realize that, you know what? They're far away. We're on the other side of the world. But we, too, have a common purpose. We're not that different. Thank you. Did he leave, too? Everybody left. Nancy Pelosi, she's got to vote. Tom Brokaw, he's got to fly away. You know, it's great to be one of the two Toms. It really is wonderful. We're like the dynamic duo, you know. He's like the elder statesman, Batman, you know, the Caped Crusader. Always will he be the Caped Crusader, and so therefore always I will be his Robin, the Boy Wonder. That's. Thank you also to the USAA for stepping out as a model corporate citizen. Jessica went berserk today talking about the USAA, saying that this is the model of corporate citizenry. Our nation's business communities are rallying behind our caregivers as you have. If they do that, well, it's going to be a huge impact on all of us. And also thank you to Comcast, NBC Universal, and NBC News, which on occasion has issued me a paycheck, so I got no problems with him. Thank you for being our media partner. I started my day this morning with Senator Dole. She was live via satellite. I was in New York City with Jessica, her first time on TV. Everybody's watching at home. I believe you're trending now as a huge, massive, who is she? She's, she turned out pretty and she got a man. So I guess it was all right back then, you know? They told you exactly what your future was gonna be. In the weeks and months ahead, NBC News and NBC stations across the country will be helping us tell the untold stories of our hidden heroes. But this is only the beginning. NBC has pledged to stick it out. And look, I don't think there's no more important phrase in everything we're doing today other than to stick it out. It isn't a short-term thing. You know how long we have to keep at this and working together? Every single day. That's how long we have to stick it out. NBC has pledged that and spotlighting our challenges and celebrating the stories and success along the way. And I really hope that NBC's leadership will inspire all the networks to do their part in helping us tell this story across America. And I do mean all the networks. I mean PBS Sprout. I mean Turner Classic Movies, Pivot. I think that'd be the Golf Channel. Why not? You know, somebody's going to play. Let's get them all involved. Now, as you've heard throughout today's event, Hidden Heroes is a multi-year, multifaceted campaign to rally the country to bring more services and support to America's military and veteran caregivers. We have rolled out a national public service campaign, a first-of-its-kind website, which I said today on the news was .com, oops.org, hiddenheroes.org. I'll never make that mistake again. Senator Dole. You know, this is how you know. This is how you know you've done something wrong in the attentions of Senator Dole, because she just smiles a little bit wider. Tom, did I hear you say .com instead of .org? It shall never happen again. It's a website, hiddenheroes.org, and it will share our plans for the Hidden Hero Cities initiative. But as I said earlier, it cannot be done alone. There is too much to do, and we challenge you and the entire nation watching on our live feed to respond to the military caregiving crisis with helpful and common sense solutions. And here's how you can help. To our military caregivers, you dutifully and humbly care for those who serve our country. Your sacrifice and persevere without any complaint. But it's time you need to do something too. You need to simply raise your hand and you need to share your story. You need to find support. You need to let us know what you've been up to every single day since you got the news. There are 5.5 million of you out there. Please join the National Registry of Military Caregivers at hiddenheroes.org. Thank you. I'll tell you. If you don't know who you are, if we don't know who you are or where you are, we can't help. So share those insights, share your stories, share your advice and your hardships, share your questions with your peers in the Hidden Heroes community. Join up. To nonprofits and national coalition partners, thank you for being a central part of Hidden Heroes. You are the ones delivering services and support on the ground where it's needed, and that is why this campaign is for you too. We need to spotlight your efforts, what you are doing, and give you the resources you need to be successful. If you haven't already done so, apply to join the Hidden Heroes Directory, and a fantastic walkthrough of a website, the cleanest I've ever seen. I went to jury duty and I didn't understand what I was supposed to do better than the way you explained it just now. If you haven't already done so, apply. We make it easy for military caregivers to search for help, create or expand programs to offer support specifically for military caregivers. And finally, help us find and identify military caregivers so we can better address their needs together. We won't be successful without your continued partnership and your support and your efforts. To the cities and communities, let's hear it for San Diego. Number one, San Diego. Who was it that once said, San Diego leads the way? Oh, I think it was Mayor Kevin Faulconer for being the first city to sign on. It's got to be San Diego and San Francisco and San Anselmo and San Antonio, all the Sans, along with all the others. We now have more than 50 Hidden Hero cities, 50 on board to make difference in the lives of caregivers. And I know there's many more mayors with us today who have already joined up. Call those guys you call up every now and then, the other mayors. Is there a club you belong to? Is there a hotline? Do you have a special phone? Get them going. I know there are many more out there. We're honored to have you with us. Thank you. And if your city is not on our list, you just might get a call from Senator Elizabeth Dole. Cut to the chase, save time, say yes, get onto it. Now, to businesses and corporations, take into serious consideration the needs of your employees who are also military caregivers. Expand your veteran hiring programs to include those caregivers. Consider if you have a product or a service that would be valuable to military caregivers and give them a discount through our website. And of course, you can always become a corporate sponsor of Hidden Heroes. Your financial support and marketing muscle will contribute significantly to how we bring more services and more support to military caregivers. We need your help today. It's as simple as that. And we will need your help today. We will need it tomorrow. We will need it every single day. Finally, you, and I guess I'm speaking to, just the hundreds of people who are still watching, me, because I think once Brokaw and Nancy Pelosi took off, I'm afraid our numbers might have collapsed on the World Wide Web. But you never know. They might be watching in the Emirates. The United Arab Emirates might be all over us right now. So let's keep talking, shall we? San Diego, traffic's at a standstill. They're all looking at their iPhones, watching our live feed. You know, I think America actually is just a very big collection of very small towns. You know, in New York City, a small town might be the building you live in. In San Diego, it might be the cul-de-sac or the condominium you have. That's all we are. We can live in big cities, but actually, if you really look at the turf that we cover in the course of the day, I don't think it's much bigger than Red Bluff, California, or what your town in? What is it? Mickvinville? Mickvinville. Moon pie capital of Tennessee. Let's just call it that. That's what we all are. So actually, if you just start asking around, look, you're going to find out that there's military caregivers within a stone's throw of where you live. And you know what? Babysitting, a part-time job, a carpool here and there. How about just a weenie roast every now and again? That's wheelchair accessible. You know that you need that, but that's like one of the 6 things you could do. And all you have to do is know where people are. There are military caregivers living in your small town, in that neighborhood of yours. So let them know that, number 1, you appreciate their service. Number 2, you care about their future. And number 3, you want to help. Attend local military caregiving events to learn how you can volunteer in your community and make a difference. They're going to be a dime a dozen as we start getting involved in all of this stuff. It's going to be going on everywhere. Let's see. How will you know that there's a military caregiving picnic or carnival going on in your neighborhood? Shall we do this? Just count the prosthetic legs and divide by 2, and you got it. That's going to be the military caregiving party. Join up, man. Bring the goldfish that the kids can throw their little ping pong balls into, because one thing I know Jessica loves is when the girls bring home goldfish, and they feed them moon pies. You can make a donation, of course. You can help us spread the word. You can start by sharing Hidden Heroes on all your social media channels. And so all you have to do is, where do you go? You go to hiddenheroes.org, exactly, and you join up. America is ready to say, I think, perhaps more than ever in our history, because we have been looking at this burden on those we love that's been going on for 15 years. This is the longest we've faced in the history of our country. We are ready to say, of course, thank you for your service, but we are now also ready to ask, what can we do to help you now? You're no longer hidden. You're certainly not alone. America is ready to serve along with you every single day. It's our turn to care for you. Ladies and gents, thank you for being here today. What a party they have here in the Senate auditorium buildings. It's crazy nuts. I have never seen so many women in single color outfits in my life. I tell you, all pink, all blue, all green, all black. This is, I'm gonna let, you know what, in the nation's capital, just for one day, everybody wear unisex jumpsuits. I think that would be magnificent. Men, women, we'd all be equal. Thank you very much. I hope you had fun. I hope you had a good time at the show. Thank you. God bless. Join us for singing of a very special song. Ladies and gentlemen, the lady, let's just all say yes to her right now. 1, 2, 3. Yes! Senator Elizabeth Dole.
Hey, I need a big hug.
Oh, come on, darling.
Oh, I love you.
I love you. Should I stand over here or stand over here?
Anywhere you want. Oh, my word. Wasn't that spectacular? What a marvelous speech. Thank you, thank you. I want to thank Tom for so many things, for the PSAs, for the way he came to Washington and has been so interested in helping any way he can. And also, I want to tell you, it's not just his time and his talent. He's given of his own personal finances as well to help our hidden heroes. God bless you. We love you. It means so much to me personally and to all our caregivers that Tom has taken on this message, this mission, the way he has. His leadership and passionate voice for military caregivers, obviously, is already making a huge, huge difference. As we close, I'd like to invite a number of our Dole Caregiver Fellows to join me on stage. Our fellows are the heart and soul of the Elizabeth Dole Foundation. Each of them cares for a wounded, ill, or injured service member or veteran, as you know. They represent different eras of war. They care for scars that are both visible and invisible. They have faced steep challenges, and they have persevered. Today, they come to our nation's capital from every state and Puerto Rico to represent their fellow military and veteran caregivers. America, these are your hidden heroes. There are millions more living in cities and towns, large and small, across our great nation. Help us find them. Help us support them. Help us connect them to the resources they so desperately need. Join the Hidden Heroes campaign so that we can say one day soon that in America, all military caregivers are empowered, appreciated, and recognized for their service to our nation. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you all. Thank you for being with us today.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in singing God Bless America. While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair as we lift our voices in this solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet
Thank you for attending the launch of the Hidden Heroes campaign and for supporting America's military caregivers. Please join us for a reception in the atrium outside of the ballroom.